Implementing ISO 9001 helps organizations establish a strong quality management system to consistently meet customer expectations. It involves systematic planning, execution, and continual improvement of processes. 7.1 Gap Analysis. Gap analysis is the very first and one of the most important steps when implementing ISO 9001. It involves thoroughly reviewing your organization's current processes, documents, and practices to see how they compare with the requirements of ISO 9001:2015. The goal is to find out what you are already doing well, where there are gaps, and what needs to be improved or added. This process usually includes reviewing existing QMS documents, interviewing key staff, observing actual processes, and comparing these with the ISO requirements. For example, if ISO requires a documented procedure for supplier evaluation, but your organization only uses informal or verbal methods, that's a clear gap. Similarly, if risk-based thinking is missing from your processes, that's a major gap to address. 7.2 Project Planning and Timeline. Once the gaps are identified, the next crucial step is to plan the ISO 9001 implementation as a well-organized project. This involves setting clear objectives and defining the scope of work. You need to establish realistic timelines and milestones for each key activity to ensure steady progress. Assigning roles and responsibilities to team members is essential to maintain accountability. It's also important to estimate the resources required, including personnel, budget, training, and tools. Additionally, conducting a risk assessment helps identify potential project risks and plan mitigation strategies in advance. A strong project plan guarantees systematic and timely implementation with clear ownership at every stage. For example, milestones might be completing the gap analysis by month 1, documentation by month 3, training by month 4, and internal audit by month 5. Assigning a project manager and defining leaders for documentation, training, and audit preparation is key for smooth execution. 7.3 Documentation Development. Documentation is the backbone of your quality management system and essential for ISO 9001 compliance. Key documents include the Quality Policy, which states the organization's quality intentions and direction, and quality objectives that are measurable goals aligned with that policy. Procedures provide detailed instructions for important processes like internal audits, handling nonconformities, and document control. Work instructions give specific step-by-step guidance for operators or frontline staff to perform their tasks correctly. Records act as proof that processes are being followed and that outputs meet requirements. All documentation should be clear, easily accessible to relevant personnel, and regularly reviewed and updated to remain effective. For example, you might have a procedure explaining how to plan and conduct internal audits, including reporting. Similarly, work instructions could guide machine operators on performing quality checks at each stage of production. 7.4 Training and Awareness. Successful implementation of ISO 9001 depends on everyone in the organization understanding the quality management system, their role in it, and why quality matters. Training and awareness programs should include basics of ISO 9001, the organization's quality policy, and how each individual's job relates to the QMS processes. Employees should also learn how to identify and report nonconformities and understand the importance of customer focus and continual improvement. Training can be delivered in various ways, such as workshops, e-learning, on-the-job coaching, and refresher sessions to keep everyone updated. For example, new employees might receive induction training on QMS basics, while department heads attend workshops focused on leadership and owning their processes. 7.5 Process Mapping and QMS Design. Process mapping is about visually representing all key processes in the organization, showing inputs, outputs, interactions, and controls. This helps in designing a quality management system, QMS, that aligns with how work actually happens on the ground. We begin by identifying the core processes that directly deliver value to the customer, like sales, production, or service delivery. Then we identify supporting processes like HR or IT and management processes like planning or audits. We can use tools like flowcharts, SIPOC diagrams, or value stream maps. These maps help us analyze process efficiency, detect risks, and spot improvement opportunities. The final QMS design should reflect these mapped processes, with clear process ownership assigned. Examples include mapping the order-to-delivery process with built-in quality checkpoints, mapping how corrective actions are handled after a customer complaint. 7.6 Change Management. Implementing ISO 9001 often brings several changes, from updated procedures to new responsibilities and ways of working. And naturally, change can be uncomfortable. That's why effective change management is key to a smooth and successful transition. First, we must clearly communicate the why behind each change, what's changing, why it matters, and how it benefits the team and the organization. People are more open to change when they understand its purpose. Second, involve employees in the change process. Ask for their input, give them ownership, and make them part of the solution. Third, provide the necessary training, whether it's a new tool, a revised SOP, or a changed responsibility. And finally, monitor how the changes are going. Check in with teams, address concerns quickly, and keep morale high. Examples include sending early notifications before releasing new procedures, organizing feedback sessions or Q&A forums for employees. 7.7 Management Involvement and Commitment. Top management plays a crucial and foundational role in the successful implementation of ISO 9001. It all starts with leadership setting the tone from the top, by defining the quality policy and objectives that guide the organization's direction. Management is also responsible for ensuring that the required resources, infrastructure, and support systems are available to run the quality management system, QMS, effectively. More importantly, they must lead by example, showing visible commitment to quality through their actions, not just words. When management participates in quality reviews, supports internal audits, encourages training, and drives continual improvement, it creates a strong quality culture across all levels. Examples include senior leaders actively attending QMS review meetings, publicly appreciating teams for achieving quality goals. Without this involvement and commitment, the QMS remains just a formality. It won't deliver the expected results.